Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Screencast by Jim. The purpose of this screencast is to show you how to accept Jim's feedback on Google Docs and how to use Jim's feedback from Google Docs on your essays to improve your writing as much as possible and to make use of Jim's feedback. So, first, I'll just do a little review. When you write a new essay, as you know, Jim asks you to go to the new box and you make a new Google Docs, as you know. This is just a review here. And then the first thing you do is you have to label it, okay? And you put your name, that's your student's name. I'll put name, but you put your name, and then underscore, and then the name of the essay. And our next essay is going to be an opinion essay, okay? So that would be just an example. Then you go to the share box and you put the name, Jim's email address. Okay, that's JB Hayes. And I'm using my Gmail address. So at jbhayes.csu at gmail.com. Okay, and then you push send, and that will share your essay with me, so I can take a look at it. And you know that right now. And I'm going to put my email address one more time on here, just so for those of you who are watching this and you're still not sure about it, there it is, jbhayes.csu at gmail.com. I'll even make it big for you. Oops, I didn't do it. Okay, watch this. It's going to get big. All right, so I hope that's clear. Now, let's move to the actual goal and purpose of this screencast. The goal is to show you how to take my feedback and to fix it. Okay, so I'll do it on this essay. This is an old reaction paper type of short essay we had to write in level 5 by a guy named Ali. I think it was about a year ago. And so here we go. If you look on the right side, you'll see these different marks. And some of you, I notice, you just go through and you click the check mark and you don't even look at it. Accept suggestion, accept suggestion, accept suggestion, and you don't look at it. And you just click it. That's not very helpful. What you'd want to do is you click on here, okay, and oops, that's the second one. Now click on here and look where it says. It shows you people should not forget their identity, and it shows you that I deleted the comma, because in American English you don't need to put a comma when the clause is the second half of the sentence. If you were to say, because identity is the only thing people should be proud of no matter what, comma, people should not forget their identity. That's correct. But if you put the because in the middle of the sentence, you don't need a comma. So, you have to look at that. And some of you, I notice what you're doing is you just click these buttons really fast and you click them. Okay. Now on this one, if you click this button, it won't solve the problem. Okay, it will not solve them. It says needs a title on the paper here, and a title for the file. Should also have your name and the class written somewhere. So he didn't do any of these things, and he never put a title on here. And so here's the title. Let's just say identity is, capital S, important. Okay, but he never did that. So he just left that one there. Okay, so now once he puts a title on, that's good, and he could resolve that. And then this one resolved. He has a name up there. He did do part of it. He put his name on there. Okay, so resolve that. Now we move on down. Again, if you just resolve these with the check mark, you don't understand what this is doing. So here again, here was a comma that you needed. Add a comma, and you didn't have a comma. So that's punctuation problem. So he clicks it. Again, you click here, and here is replace with, you replace the comma with a semicolon. So you click on it, okay, and this one says replace a comma with a period. If you look here, there was I agree with Serrano. I should put a period, and then capital letter is next. People, you should have a period there. But if you don't check that, it doesn't help you at all. That's the problem. I'll stop helping you that way. Okay, so that, and then I look on here, and here it says delete S. and be completely American, not Americans in this sense. You're talking about be one person. So you put like that. And then here's one. If it says resolve, that means you need to do something. I wrote a comment on there. So this person did not resolve it. And it takes time. So I understand you don't want to do the resolve one. But the resolve one means I wrote a comment on it, needs a transition. So Americans forget about their own true cultures and be completely American. Okay. Now, so if you look at this thing, what it needs is a transition right here. So what I'll do is show you what he should have done before he pushed resolved. Okay. He should put nevertheless. It's one way to do it. Nevertheless, because he's changing ideas here. Then, of course, he has to change the E to make it a small e. And then he would click accept on that one. And then nevertheless, here's the transition. So he added it and then he puts resolve. You don't put that just clicking it without doing anything. Now, also, if you see any blue lines on your paper, I hope you have a Google Docs that shows you these blue lines. That's a simple correction. And look, I clicked it. The suggestion is right. It's not always right, but I put it. That one's right. But again, now the Google Docs, I have to accept it. And then here, perspective, and they have different perspectives. It's plural, and that's an easy one. And again, you accept that one. Okay. And then the last one, oh, here's one more. It says who. And again, he never did it. It says, it is important to know how you are. It's not how you are, it's who you are. But I didn't do it for him. So he was supposed to go in here and put who, and then he could put resolve. And now it's actually correct. Now, if he wants to get rid of those markers, because I'm doing it on editing right now, so he would just put it there. The last thing is, again, it's another comment. It says resolve. Okay. People will never be forced to keep their identity. It's a comment. He has to read his essay again and understand what I'm saying. And I say to him, you should say to melt by, and then explain what you mean by melt. So I'm giving him directions. He has to think. So it says, everyone has the right to choose which side they are on, but people should respect others' opinions, and no one has the right to force people to melt. And what I told him is, he should take this second part out, because you don't ever force people to do the other one. So it should be to melt, comma, colon, or quote, and then in other words, he's got to explain what he's trying to say. He should have said something like this. In other words, the government of a country should give immigrants, this is explaining it more specifically, which is what academic writing is, should give immigrants the dignity to choose who they will be. It's the same as identity. Okay, so he had to write something. Now I spelled dignity wrong and has a mark there. Okay, so now he's changed it. Now again, I can accept the changes because I typed them in. I don't think that'll happen on your paper because I'm editing this. Okay, but this thing he can resolve now after he did all the changes. And some of you again are just clicking resolve without reading what I say, trying to understand it and make the change. Boom. Okay, so now everything's been revised, and I gave him a C plus the first time. He improved it to a B plus, and then the average grade was a B. But he made some of the changes. This is a good paper. It could have been an A, but he didn't really take the time to resolve the comments that I wrote. And I want you to do that because that is how I can help you the most. Okay? I want to say thank you very much for listening to this and watching this screencast, and I hope it helps you to revise your essays and look at my feedback. Thank you.